demonstration that the BJP is planning, having all their booth level workers visit, who will be bearing the costs?
Well, what we are given to understand at this point of time is that the cost will be borne individually, but BJP will facilitate their darshan, and it will be kind of mandatory for each of them, all their booth level workers, to have darshan of Ram Mandir. That being said, that is a huge number, because there's millions of booths across India, and that will translate into further more cadres. Also, there has been Ashwini Vaishnav was part of the meeting today. The Railway Ministry has been asked to ensure 35 trains fly to and fro Ayodhya daily, and those are the trains that will be used by the machinery of BJP, the organizational might of the BJP, to ensure that at least 2,000 people from each assembly constituency and at least 5,000 people from each Lok Sabha constituency will be facilitated to travel to Ram Mandir. And that will, there is a special drive, a month-long drive will be taken from February 25 to March 25. You have to realize the fact that that is the time when the model code of conduct will be presumably in place, and the country will be ready for the Lok Sabha election, and BJP will be using that precisely that time, to build up the momentum.
All right, Anindya, thank you for bringing us those details. Okay, with that, we are drawing our show to a close. Thank you for staying with us over the last few minutes. This is the Breaking News Show on CNN News 18. Next, my colleague Anusha Soni joins you with The Nation at 5.
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching CNN News 18. We are on the show of The Nation at 5 and getting you all the updates as to what has happened across the country. The Ram Mandir and the Pran Pratishtha ceremony on the 22nd of January 2024 continues to dominate the headlines. Politics around who's been invited and who's not been invited, that's the order of the day. We have had a statement coming in from Mr. Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu, who says whether invited or not, he will go for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. Mr. Owaisi has also created quite a storm by reaching out and appealing to the Muslim youth, and I'm quoting him, to protect the mosques across the country. There's also a complaint that has been filed against him for inciting passions and disturbing communal harmony. Reactions, voices on the story.
नौजवानों मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो। नौजवानों तुमसे मैं कह रहा हूं, हमारी मस्जिद हमने खो दी और वहां पर क्या किया जा रहा है आप देख रहे हैं।
मुसलमान पार्टी के लोग बराबर मुस्लिम यूथ को भड़काने, बरगलाने और उनको आतंकवाद की राह पर धकेलने का कुत्सित प्रयास करने में जुट गए।
ये भगवान का कार्यक्रम है और भगवान से बड़े मुख्यमंत्री नहीं हो सकते। भगवान से बड़े कोई भी नहीं हो सकता, हम भी नहीं, आप भी नहीं, ना मुख्यमंत्री जी। और भगवान जिसको बुलाएंगे वो अपने आप दौड़ा चला जाएगा। और ये भी सही है कि भगवान किसको कब बुला ले ये भी किसी को नहीं पता। इतना करीब भगवान के हैं वो लोग, तो क्या उन्हें तारीख पता है? और अगर ये बातें मुख्यमंत्री जी कह रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब ये साबित कर रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी सूची बना रही है कौन अतिथि होगा, कौन आएगा, कौन नहीं आएगा। ये भगवान का कार्यक्रम है, भगवान श्री राम का कार्यक्रम है, उसमें इन लोगों को ज्यादा हस्तक्षेप नहीं करना चाहिए। भगवान जिसको बुलाएंगे वो जाएंगे।
ओवैसी का बयान ऐसे समय में आया है जबकि देश में राम मंदिर उद्घाटन की तैयारी चल रही है। ओवैसी देश के मुसलमानों को भड़काने का काम कर रहा है। बार बार वो ऐसे बयान दे रहा है जिससे कि देश में दंगा हो जाए, देश का माहौल खराब हो जाए। वो कह रहा है बाबरी मस्जिद शहीद कर दी गई, तोड़ दी गई, वगैरह वगैरह। लेकिन मैं और सारी दुनिया और सारा देश जानता है, लंबी कानूनी लड़ाई के बाद कोर्ट के आदेश से, माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश से वहां भव्य राम मंदिर का काम चल रहा है और भव्य राम मंदिर बन रहा है।
मुझे ये बताइए, ओवैसी साहब इस तरीके के बयानात देते हैं जिससे भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ताकत मिलती है। वो नौजवानों से क्या कह रहे हैं कि वो किस तरीके से मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करेंगे? क्या पुलिस से लड़ेंगे, फौज से लड़ेंगे, सरकार से लड़ेंगे? ये बयान भारतीय जनता पार्टी को मजबूत करने के लिए दिया गया है, ना कि मस्जिदों की हिफाजत करने के लिए। ये सरकार से कहा जा सकता है कि आप मस्जिदों को प्रोटेक्ट कीजिए, मंदिरों को प्रोटेक्ट कीजिए। नौजवानों से कहने का क्या मतलब?
ये तो जान के कर रहे हैं ना, तो फिर भड़काने की बात कर रहे हैं। और हो सकता है, क्योंकि कई बार तो हमने देखा कि सीधे सीधे ये वही बयान देते हैं जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी चाहेगी कि कोई मुस्लिम नेता दे, जिससे बात और भड़के। तो हो सकता है बीजेपी को लग रहा हो कि एक चरम तक हमको फायदा नहीं मिल पा रहा है मंदिर से, तो इनसे कहा हुआ कि भड़का दो। जब से एक तेलंगाना के चुनाव हुए हैं, तब से असद ओवैसी जो है अपनी पॉलिटिकल रेलेवेंस जिसको कहते हैं, अपनी राजनीतिक सार्थकता क्या है इस देश में, उसको ढूंढ रहे हैं। क्योंकि तेलंगाना से ये बात सिद्ध हो गई कि कितनी भी ये कोशिश कर लें, ये तेलंगाना की सरकार बनने में भी किसी की मदद नहीं कर सकते।
Let me try and cut across to my colleague, senior editor Pallavi Ghosh, who is joining us on the broadcast. She'll give us more perspective about the kind of politics which is panning out, what we have heard so far, and what is anticipated in the run-up to the 22nd of January. Pallavi, talking to you first about the statement coming in from Mr. Owaisi, I would not say it's unexpected, but he has clearly gone overboard. Gives more ammunition to the BJP to strike back?
Yes, but you know, the fact is that I think it also leads to a kind of a polarization. Owaisi's vote bank, Shafiqur Rahman Haq, Samajwadi Party, his vote bank, they need to reach out to the minority vote bank, and that perhaps explains why they are talking the way they are talking. And this polarization, of course, at the end of the day, you're right, Anusha, helps the BJP. And therefore, the BJP is attacking the Congress party for it, it's attacking Owaisi and the Samajwadi Party for it, and it captures a dilemma within the Congress and I would say within the India Front Alliance, because the Samajwadi Party, for example, a Dimple Yadav or a Akhilesh Yadav, they understand the ramifications of being seen as opposing the Ram Mandir or not being present over there should they be invited. But at the same time, a bulk of their vote bank also, say of the TMC or of the Samajwadi Party, comes in from the minority vote bank. So Owaisi's comment, Mr. Haq's comment is actually put into that perspective.
Pallavi, the dilemma that the Congress party faces right now, we've discussed about it earlier, but a lot of experts believe that if they're not present at this occasion, it will send out a wrong message. And clearly the soft Hindutva pitch, or we are the real Hindus pitch, that particular tone and tenor that the Congress party had adopted, they would want to keep that line in the run-up to 2024. But elucidate for us what a classic catch-22 situation in which Congress finds itself in.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember it was the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, where the Antony Committee report had said that one of the main reasons why the Congress has lost is because of the perception that it was a minority appeasement party. And then you saw those temple runs of the Gandhis and a soft Hindutva. Now, for a party which says that religion should be kept aside from politics and hence they're opposing whatever is happening on 22nd is a little strange and ironic, I would say, because that's exactly what the Congress party is also doing, mixing religion with politics. Their dilemma is that the so-called left side of the Congress party feel that, you know, why should we give that platform to the Prime Minister? It's going to be all about him. And that's the main reason why they had opposed, if you remember, the inauguration of the new parliament building.
Yes.
But those who come in from the Hindi heartland, and not only them, I mean, even those from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, they feel that the more you start coming across as being anti-Hindu, if you're going to skip it, it's going to hurt us in an election season.
Pallavi, the last question to you. In our run-up to 2024, whether the DMK likes it or not, whether the Congress party likes it or not, whether the left likes it or not, Ram Temple, the inauguration and the Prana Pratishtha ceremony, post that, religion further consolidates itself as a plank of the discourse, of the political discourse that we will see in this country. How critical and central role will religion play, if you take a bird's eye view, if you give us a perspective ahead for the next 4 months, for the big battle of 2024, and how crucial it is for the BJP?
Well, 2014, 2019, I mean, the BJP comes to power on the plank of the Hindutva agenda. And you know, the Hindu Khatre Mein Hai narrative being pushed by some of the BJP leaders, by the RSS, and the appeasement tag which was applied to the Congress, TMC, and so on and so forth, certainly has helped the BJP. And I don't think the BJP is being very apologetic about it, which is what is all the problem with the Congress party and other political parties. Which is why, a very quick example you mentioned, that was Sanatan Dharm. That's the reason why Kamal Nath, bang in the middle of MP elections, did not want to have a joint rally where he would be forced to share stage with the DMK. So the BJP knows it. BJP is obviously going to milk it. After all, they're a political party. And that's what worries a section of the opposition parties. In any case, will it be a giveaway to the BJP completely on a platter?
Thank you. Thank you, Pallavi, for getting us all that perspective. My colleague Pallavi pointing out how this is going to be very important in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections. It has been in the past. It only further consolidates its position with the Pran Pratishtha ceremony slated on the 22nd of January this year. Let's also listen in to some more reactions, voices on the story.
ओवैसी का ये बयान दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। वो सांसद हैं, उन्होंने संविधान के प्रति निष्ठा की शपथ ली है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट के 5 न्यायाधीशों ने सर्वसम्मति से निर्णय दिया कि ये राम जन्मभूमि है, तो इसका विरोध करना, वहां पर मस्जिद की पुनर्स्थापना की बात करना, ये तो पूरे देश का, देश की संवैधानिक व्यवस्था का, उसके इंस्टीट्यूशंस का अपमान करना है। पर मुझे एक बात का संतोष है, ओवैसी की बात मीडिया में खूब आती है पर मुसलमान सुनते नहीं है।
Sir, Mr. Owaisi has said that mosques are being taken away from the Muslims. How do you react to this?
Yeah, this country is a democracy, and Constitution provides for fundamental rights. And Article 25 speaks about people who can follow any religion as they please. Mosques are history. They don't want to have mosques. They want to make this as a Hindu country. The Constitution warrants that people can follow any religion. That is the fundamental right against which the government is acting. So people like Owaisi should fight against it strongly. They should speak in the parliament. He was a member of the parliament for quite, I think this is the 4th time or 5th time he is a member. They should fight in the parliament and establish their rights by quoting the fundamental articles of the constitution and how this government is violating the constitution. One minister in the Modi cabinet had said that let all Muslims go to Pakistan.
मुझे नहीं लगता ऐसा कुछ होगा। मुझे नहीं लगता है कि जो उनके मन में जो डर है, लोगों के मन में जो डर पैदा हो रहा है या किया जा रहा है, वो एक राजनीति है। जरूर अयोध्या में राम मंदिर।
Let's cut across to some latest news coming in. Home Minister Amit Shah is chairing a very high-level security meeting, and this is pertaining to the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. The meeting is being held here in the national capital. The Home Ministry is holding that meeting. We'll try and get more details about what exactly this meeting is about. Is this a periodic review or a special meeting has been called in? Akash with us on the broadcast. Akash, fill us with more details, please.
Right. So this is a high-level meeting that was called by Home Minister Amit Shah. In fact, it is happening as of now, where all the senior officers of not just Jammu Kashmir Police but also Army, are taking part. Now, this is a high-level meeting, and it is happening after the recent attack on the security forces that we saw in Poonch area, and specifically we have been given to understand that Rajouri and Poonch are two important points that will be focused in this particular meeting. Other than the security review, security situation, and a discussion on security situation, Home Minister
has rigged quite a storm. Now, this individual allegedly indulged in riots during the communal violence that erupted in the 90s after the Babri Masjid demolition. Now, the case is more than 30 years old. The fact that this fresh arrest has been made has evoked political reaction. BJP has called this a move to scare off the Ram Bhaks and to set a wrong narrative in the run-up to the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. The state government said that they have taken about 37 cases, out of which one of the cases pertains to communal writing. The charge against this particular individual Pujari is of writing. Let's see if limitation is something which is applied in this matter. That is something that would be up to the court to decide. Some more reactions lined up on the story. Please listen.
ಅಪರಾಧಿನೇ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪರಾಧಿನೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಪರಾಧ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದ? ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಂತ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ನನಗೆ. ಸಮಯ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಪರಾಧ ಅದು ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು ಹಳೆಯ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಶುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹಳೆಯ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇದ್ರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನೀಚತನ, ಅಪರಾಧಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ನೀಚತನ.
ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಂದ ಸಮನ್ಸ್ ಜಾರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಸರ್, 3 ಸಮನ್ಸ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ 30 ವರ್ಷದ ನಂತರ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ನವರು ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಸರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ NWA ಜಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಯಾಕೆ
ಆಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಏನು ತಪ್ಪೇನು? ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ವಿಳಂಬ ಆಗಿರೋದೇ ನಿಜ, ಈಗ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಸರ್ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್?
ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ರಿ? ಲೀಗಲ್ ರಿಮ್ಯೂನರೇಟರ್ನವರು ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವರು, ಅವರೇ ಕೋರ್ಟಾ?
ಸರ್ ಈಗ
ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನೇ ವೇದವಾಕ್ಯ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ?
ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರ ಆದದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂಕಟ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಕಾನೂನು ಹೋರಾಟ ಅಂತೂ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿಯೂ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿಯೂ ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾರು ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು PFI ಮತ್ತು ಈ DJ ಹಳ್ಳಿ KJ ಹಳ್ಳಿ ಹಳೆ ಹುಬ್ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಭಾಳ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ಸಂಚು ನಡೆಸಿ ಹಲ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ನು ಸತ್ತೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಕೊಂದು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಅಂಥವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಪತ್ರ ಬರೀತೀರಿ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರು? ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ನೀವು ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ? ನೀವೇನು ಮೊಘಲ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಡೆಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಸ್ಲಾಮಿಕ್ ISIS ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆ ರೀತಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಡೆಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು? ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ISIS ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ISISದವ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರಾ ನೀವು? ಇದು ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೀತ್ಯಾದರಕ್ಕೆ, ಸೋನಿಯಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಪ್ರೀತ್ಯಾದರಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
Now, Union Minister Mr. Giriraj Singh has slammed the Karnataka government over the arrest of the activist Shrikant Pujari. And in that matter, there's a statement coming in from the Union Minister concerned. He has asked if the state government and the present Chief Minister wants to scare off the Ram Bhaks or target them in an illegal manner. That's the allegation coming in. Let's listen in to what the Union Minister Giriraj Singh had to say.
Siddharamaiya ji.
Carrying across to my colleague Harish, who's with us on the broadcast. Harish, this arrest has evoked a lot of political reactions. Give us a sense of what you're picking up from the local police authorities and the state government.
Well, both the state home ministry here and the local police saying that this is being done as part of a larger plan to clear up long pending cases. There were 37 under the Hubli-Dharwad Police Commissionerate, and this was one of them. This man was absconding since 92, where a writing case was booked against him, and he hadn't secured any bail. And because of this man absconding, that case was termed as long pending case in 2006 by the court, and on specific orders the police decided to work on 37 cases. This was one of them, and the police saying that there was absolutely no targeting here. It's just that several cases were taken up. This was one among them. In fact, Siddaramaiah earlier in the day saying that just because there has been a lapse of certain amount of time, can we say that this man has been absolved of his crime, or can we tell the court that he can be let go scot-free? And just a while ago, you've had Jagdish Shettar, the former chief minister who's with the Congress now, saying that if the BJP is so concerned about Hindu activists, why is it that this case wasn't withdrawn either by Basuraj Bommai government or B.S. Yediyurappa's government before that? It's been nearly 30 odd years since that rioting FIR was booked. So clearly we've seen a lot of politics, but the government still maintaining that this was an administrative procedure that was going on by the police department. Absolutely no witch hunt or vindictive hate politics here.
All right, let's see if that argument really sticks. So far, the BJP taking pot shots at the action of the Karnataka police, saying that this is politically motivated. The state government maintains that this was sheerly administrative action and it has got nothing to do with the top power corridors or the fact that it's a political move. That's not how the state government believes it has been planned or orchestrated in any way possible. Let's also listen in to some more reactions and voices coming in on the story.
ಈ ರೀತಿ ಹಳೆ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳಿರೋದು ಸರಿನಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಈ ಹಳೆ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪನಿಷ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಖುಲಾಸೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಸನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವರು ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಿನಃ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದೊಂದೇ ಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಹೌದು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿದೆ ನಮ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ 32 ಕೇಸ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪಿಸೋದು ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ನೆನೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಈಗಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನ್ರಿ ಅದು ಕೋಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ಹಿಂದೂಗಳಿಲ್ವಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಬೇರೆ 32 ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಸ್ಗಳಿದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಂದೂಗಳಿಲ್ವಾ?
Yesterday, the incident in Hubli, the ruling Congress party has dared to reopen the old case. 31-year-old case has been reopened, and our Hindu Karyakarta Shrikant Pujari has been arrested pertaining to protest during Ram Mandir episode. Bharatiya Janata Party strongly condemns the act of the state government, the act of the police. We demand the Congress party, Congress government should immediately release Shrikant Pujari. Tomorrow Bharatiya Janata Party has arranged a massive protest across the state of Karnataka.
All right, we continue tracking that story. A lot of political controversy panning out in the state of Karnataka. That and much more lined up on the other side of a very quick break. Stay tuned.
Winning India's first gold at the World Athletics Championship. Will Neeraj Chopra be the Sportsperson of the Year? To find out, watch the Indian of the Year Awards 2023, coming soon.
Gujarat.
Situation also remains critical in Punjab, where Congress is demanding 11 seats despite Aam Aadmi Party's objection.
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੇ ਦਿੱਲੀ 'ਚ ਮਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਛੋਟੀ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਸੁਣਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਥੀ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ.
They are now trying to damage Trinamool. They have fought last election in alliance with left, only to trying to make division of votes and help BJP. So they are just dalals of BJP.
पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस जरूर बीजेपी का दलाल हो गए. सारे देश के बारे में चिंता करने के लिए ममता जी को साथ सोनिया जी का कोई बातचीत होने के बाद कोई रास्ता निकल जाए तो वो हम लोग मान लेंगे.
कि 140 करोड़ जनता जानती है कि तथाकथित गठबंधन एक भानुमति का कुनबा है. कोई इधर से पकड़ा, कोई इधर से पकड़ा, जिसमें 1.5 दर्जन से ज्यादा प्रधानमंत्री पद के उम्मीदवार इधर उधर घूम रहे हैं. सभी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं. अखिलेश यादव भी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, ममता बनर्जी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहती हैं, नीतीश कुमार प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केजरीवाल प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, अखिलेश यादव प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, लालू यादव बनना चाहते हैं, स्टालिन प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केसीआर प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, और कोई इनमें से राहुल गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनने देना चाहता, और एक दूसरे से लगातार लड़ रहे हैं.
Some breaking news coming in. We are learning that Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has tweeted, and I quote, that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built the idol of Adi Shankaracharya in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. Extremely important as far as the idol of Ram Lala to be kept in the Sanctum Sanctorum is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj, the man that you can see in the visuals on your screens as well, he's Arun Yogiraj, his idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath as well, has now been finalized for the installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We'll bring you more details about who this man is and why his idol actually has been selected to be placed inside the Sanctum Sanctorum. But this is a big clarity as far as the idol of Ram Lala to be kept in the divine place is concerned, Union Minister Prahlad Joshi in fact went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lalla, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We have CNN News 18's senior editor Pallavi Ghosh joining us on the phone line early this morning. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. What do we know about this man and why is this so important?
Yes, and now it's almost as official as it can get because it's already been information which has been tweeted out by all the senior BJP leaders. Yuvraj was also the one who, remember, has put up the idol inside the new parliament building, the Karnataka Path as well. And he's a very, very seasoned sculpture artist, if I may say. And there were 3 idols which have been prepared. And we were being told that all 3 would be used. But the main one, for which the Pran Pratishtha will be done, is the one which has been now chosen. And it will be absolutely mum's the word. No one is going to have access to it. It's only going to be those 5 people, like the Prime Minister, the priest, who will be inside the sanctum when the Pran Pratishtha is going to take place. And it's only then we'll get to know what the Ram Lalla really looks like. But Yogiraj's choice is almost very significant, I would say, up and apart from his caliber. Someone from Karnataka, and that's what all Karnataka BJP leaders have been tweeting out, giving us this information. So this is certainly a very, very significant step. And now the next, of course, the big would be on 22nd.
Pallavi, just for the clarity of our viewers, could you please repeat where this man is actually from?
He's from Karnataka. And as I said, that he's a very seasoned artist. If you look at his works, he himself goes on his social media timeline. And, his works include portraits of, say, Mahatma Gandhi, which he has talked about recently, Ram statues also, Durga Ma, all of them. And he's also the one whose services have been used by the government inside the new parliament building as well. I remember the first tweet really came out from the BJP Karnataka chief, Vijayendra. B.Y. Vijayendra, and now of course it's been confirmed by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, who himself comes in from Karnataka.
Right, Pallavi. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on that. Shifting focus to the rift within the opposition as far as the seat sharing for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 is concerned, the tussle over the seat sharing for the upcoming polls within the I.N.D.I bloc continues to escalate and intensify. December 31st, which was the deadline set by the Trinamool Congress for finalizing talks, has now passed, but the seat sharing formula continues to remain unclear. Now, Trinamool Congress and Samajwadi Party remain firm on their demands, and the Congress state chiefs are expected to submit reports to the party top brass soon. In Bengal, sources say that Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has said that the Congress can do well in at least 6 states, and the party has rejected the 2 seats offered by Trinamool Congress. Now, top Congress sources have said that in Uttar Pradesh, Congress hopes to reap the benefit of Rahul Gandhi's upcoming yatra and has asked for Prayagraj, Amethi, Rai Bareli and 5 other seats. But Samajwadi Party has little faith in Congress and is still upset over the Madhya Pradesh incident. Now, situation also remains critical in Punjab, where Congress is demanding 11 seats despite Aam Aadmi Party's objection.
पंजाब ते दिल्ली च मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है एक थी कांग्रेस
They are now trying to damage Trinamool. They have fought last election in alliance with left only to trying to make division of votes and help BJP. So they are just dalals of BJP.
पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस जरूर बीजेपी का दलाल हो गए। सारे देश के बारे में चिंता करने के लिए ममता जी को साथ सोनिया जी का कोई बातचीत होने के बाद कोई रास्ता निकल जाए तो वो हम लोग मान लेंगे
कि 140 करोड़ जनता जानती है कि तथाकथित गठबंधन एक भानुमति का कुनबा है। कोई इधर से पकड़ा, कोई इधर से पड़ा, जिसमें 1.5 दर्जन से ज्यादा प्रधानमंत्री पद के उम्मीदवार इधर उधर घूम।
Welcome back, and there's some latest news coming in from the Supreme Court where the Hindu side has moved in an application This pertains to the sealed premises inside the Gyanvapi complex. The Hindu side has demanded that that particular site be opened up for cleaning. That's the word coming in from the Hindu petitioners. Ananya Bhatnagar with us on the broadcast. Ananya, give us more perspective. What is it that the Hindu side wants?
Well, the Hindu side had filed application for direction seeking for cleaning of that particular structure that was actually sealed by the Supreme Court by way of its order. The Hindu side goes on to say that, there were fishes in that particular pond which had, which was circling that particular structure that was found during the Advocate Commissioner's survey, and that's exactly why the fishes and all which are existing in that particular pond are dying, and that's exactly why a cleanup of that particular structure is actually needed. And they also go on to say and put in their faith in question, saying that this is a shivling that was found and it should be cleaned up because it is a sacred thing for the Hinduism, for the Hindus, and that's exactly why application for direction has been filed by the Hindu side. This is an application moved by Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain, who has been representing the Hindu parties in the Gyanvapi title dispute, and we'll have to wait and watch as to how it pans up before the Supreme Court of India. If you remember that tomorrow is the date, January 3rd is the date when the Varanasi District Court had to hear these applications with regards to the survey report being de-sealed and the contents of it being made public. However, we'll have to wait for that also to happen tomorrow, whether there is an adjournment that would take place, whether a proper hearing could actually take place in this particular case or not at this point of time is something that will only be answered with time.
Thank you, Aranya, for putting all of that into perspective. Let's now move on and tell you about this protest. Drivers of commercial vehicles, including truck drivers, they stopped work across several states, and this was in a protest. The protest is against the new provision under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which replaces the Indian Penal Code, certain offences that pertain to accidents, hit and run cases as well. The sentencing or the punishment for those offences has been augmented up to 10 years under the new law. Earlier, it was much lesser under the Indian Penal Code. The truck drivers, their association, especially the commercial vehicles, they believe that the tightening of these provisions or the longer sentencing is something that will work as a means to exploit them and harass them. Listen into some reactions on the story.
यात्रियों को तो परेशानी, वो तो गलत बात है ना, यात्रियों को तो परेशानी नहीं होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि जो कानून जो बना है वो यात्रियों की मदद के लिए है। हिट एंड रन का कानून है, हिट एंड रन के कानून में क्या दिक्कत है? हिट एंड रन करके पहले भाग जाता था ड्राइवर, कुछ नहीं होता था। अब एक कानून बना जिससे कि वो सजग रहे, तो सजग रहने के अंदर किसी तरह का वो नहीं होना चाहिए कि जी हमको ये पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, कल तो आप कहेंगे हम तो कभी लोगों को मारते हुए चले जाएंगे। तो ये आप लोगों ने समझाना होगा।
My colleague Aman Bharadwaj joining us on the broadcast. Aman, first the demands which are coming in from the Truck Drivers Association, what exactly their contentions are?
Well, truck drivers find it complicated, the directions and the statement which been issued in regards to the law that's been made in coming days, that 7 lakh fine to be imposed and 10 years jail is conveyed for if there's any hit and run in truck drivers case, because we have seen cases that whether any truck or any tanker gets into accident, so there's always a hit and run in maximum of the cases. And if we talk about Chandigarh, because Chandigarh is the capital for Punjab and Haryana, and it's been finding complicated and restriction being made by the Chandigarh administration, because in Chandigarh, there are maximum vehicles that are, if we count per person, there are more than, for example, there are 942 vehicles per 1,000 persons. So in that case, Chandigarh administration has put a restriction, put a cap on fuel consumption and distribution, because there are 60 to 70 petrol pumps in Chandigarh, and 90% of them are not executing and are not operational. So in that case, there's a limit being capped for the citizens and and for the vehicles, and that cap is for 2 liters 200 rupees for 2-wheelers, and for 4-wheelers there is a cap of 500 rupees 500 and 5 liters. So in Chandigarh, if you are residing or coming to Chandigarh, you'll only get 5 liters for 4-wheeler and 2 liters for 2-wheeler. So this is a cap which recently been made by the Chandigarh administration. And in Punjab, because recently held a meeting in Chandigarh Secretariat, and Home Secretary for Punjab administration conveyed that there's no strike in Punjab, and the strike which was been held been sorted out by talking to the union of drivers and conductors. But in Chandigarh, a cap been made by the administration, and for the temporarily purpose till then the chain or the supply get in a smooth manner. So there'll be a cap for 2-wheeler for 2 liters 200 rupees and 4-wheeler for 500 rupees and 5 liters each. So there should not be any rush. So that considering that administration put a cap, and Chandigarh has because if we count on the Chandigarh number, there's a population for more than 13 lakh, and more than Chandigarh is the highest number with the vehicles. So all considering that, Chandigarh has been conveying to the people and managing things so the traffic gets smooth, because today was the day when Madhya Marg or the main roads for the Chandigarh got chalked just because of
the reason why the government has decided to make these provisions more stringent is because India is one of the countries which has very high number of road accidents compared to the Western democracies or any other far more developed nation that we would aspire to be at parity with. Let's cut across to some more details coming in. We just told you about a top-level meeting being conducted at the Union Home Ministry reviewing the security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Home Minister has reviewed the situation in Kashmir, and the focus has been on the recent encounters and incidents where there were setbacks that were suffered. Home Ministry sources further reveal that detailed inputs are being taken from Army, paramilitary, JKP, DIB, NSA on the situation in Poonch, Rajouri and the valley as well. We'll try and connect with my colleague and get more details on this entire story. But as we told you earlier that the Union Home Minister is conducting this security review meeting. We have seen recently, especially in the Poonch Rajouri sector, there have been casualties. Top army officers, including a colonel rank officer, have been jeopardized. Their safety has been jeopardized. They laid down their lives defending the nation. Recently, in an encounter operation that happened in the Poonch Rajouri sector, once again, it was a bloody battle. There were various lives of the soldiers that were lost, and that was again something that was a concern for the state government. We had Mr. Rajnath Singh as well, who visited Jammu and Kashmir, who went ahead and took some important meetings with the army, took a stock of the situation, and now the Union Home Ministry taking a stock of the situation about the encounters that have happened. My colleague Shankar Anand with us on the broadcast. शंकर, गृह मंत्रालय में ये जो बैठक चल रही है इसके बारे में हमें बताइए, क्या फोकस है इसका? इसके पहले राजनाथ सिंह भी पूरा एक ब्यौरा ले चुके हैं कि वहाँ पर क्या चल रहा है, उन्होंने एक दौरा भी किया था। गृह मंत्रालय की इसमें क्या भूमिका रहेगी?
निश्चित तौर पर देखिए, जिस तरह से केंद्रीय गृह मंत्रालय में एक बेहद महत्वपूर्ण बैठक चल रही है और इस बैठक की अध्यक्षता खुद केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री कर रहे हैं, और जिस तरह से अगर इस मामले में बैठक की अगर बात करें तो इस बैठक में देश के जो आर्मी चीफ है वो इस बैठक में शामिल है और कई मसलों को लेकर चर्चाएं हो रही हैं। खासतौर पर जम्मू कश्मीर के सुरक्षा व्यवस्था को किस तरह से और चाक चौबंद करना है और ज्यादा मजबूत करना है, किस तरह से खुफिया इनपुट्स को जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर उसको मजबूत करना है, और इसके साथ साथ किस तरह से स्थानीय जो पुलिस बल है उसके साथ में मिल करके जम्मू कश्मीर की स्थानीय जो सुरक्षा व्यवस्था है उसको मजबूत करना है। और इसके साथ साथ जो चाहे इंडियन आर्मी की बात करें या पारामिलिट्री फोर्सेस की बात करें या स्थानीय पुलिस की बात करें, तो किस तरह से एक बेहतर तरीके से कोऑर्डिनेशन को अंजाम देना है। तो इन तमाम मसलों पर चर्चाएं हो रही हैं। तो और इस वक्त में जो जम्मू कश्मीर के उपराज्यपाल मनोज सिन्हा हैं वो भी गृह मंत्रालय में मौजूद हैं और उनके द्वारा भी तमाम डेटा को रखा जा रहा है। तो एक तरह से कहा जा सकता है ये बैठक कई मायनों में महत्वपूर्ण है, खासतौर पर सुरक्षा व्यवस्था की मजबूती। तो वहीं दूसरी तरफ जम्मू कश्मीर में और किन किन मसलों को लेकर आगे बेहतर कार्य करना है, तो इन तमाम मसलों पर विस्तार से चर्चा की जा रही है। जी,
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया शंकर, ये सारी जानकारी हम तक लाने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट। Let's cut across to some more developments, and this is coming in from within the I.N.D.I alliance. Now, the Congress party, being the largest opposition party with a pan-India presence, is in hectic bargaining mode with various regional satraps, including the TMC, the SP, and also other political parties, including the Aam Aadmi Party. As far as AAP is concerned, they have clearly stated that in Punjab, there won't be any kind of seat-sharing agreement. There can be some kind of seat-sharing agreement when it comes to other states, including Delhi. Interestingly, the TMC has also said that they are not inclined to give more seats, about 5 to 7 seats that were demanded by the Congress party. TMC so far has offered only 2, and that is something which is not acceptable to the Congress party. The Samajwadi Party is still miffed with what happened in the state of Madhya Pradesh, where there was an open battle between the Congress and the SP over seat sharing. There was no seat sharing that was agreed upon. The Congress party wants Raebareli, Amethi, Prayagraj and various other constituencies. However, SP is not very confident. The divisions, the problems within the India alliance, and how the various parties are not able to come to any kind of conclusion over this crucial factor of seat sharing. Listen in to the voices and reactions.
पंजाब ते दिल्ली च मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है. एक थी कांग्रेस.
They are now trying to damage Trinamool. They have fought last election in alliance with left, only to trying to make division of votes and help BJP. So they are just dalals of BJP.
ये जवाब होवे तो होगा, और कोई अरेस्ट होवे, ओ जी ये हम तो जी उसके खिलाफ है. मैं कह रहा हूँ हम करप्शन के खिलाफ हैं और तुम करप्ट हो ठोके. तो यकायक जब ये पॉलिसी आई दिल्ली में साहब, तो करीब ये 2.5-3 महीने रही पॉलिसी. ये 2.5-3 महीने पॉलिसी रही, और 2.5-3 महीने में इस पॉलिसी को विड्रॉ करना पड़ा. अगर ये जनहित में थी, लोकहित में थी, तो विड्रॉ क्यों हुई? और यही पॉलिसी पंजाब में भी इंप्लीमेंट हुई, आज तक विड्रॉ नहीं हुई. ये इस बात को नहीं समझते हैं. जब इन्होंने कहा, स्वाभाविक है जब ये कहेंगे कि एक थी कांग्रेस, तो कांग्रेस की तरफ से कोई ना कोई प्रतिक्रिया तो आएगी. लेकिन एक बात ये नहीं समझ रहे कि आने वाले समय में माताएं ये भी कहेंगी कि एक पार्टी थी जो आजकल तिहाड़ में मिलती है. ये बता दे कौन सी ऐसी पार्टी है जिसका 40% नेतृत्व जेल में हो और बाकी जाने को तैयार बैठा हो. तो ये कुछ फ्रस्ट्रेशन भी आम आदमी पार्टी में दिख रहा है. फिर दूसरा, उनको ये भी दिख रहा है कि ये जिस दमखम के साथ आए थे और इनको लगता था कि शीर्ष नेतृत्व की अग्रणी में जाके बैठेंगे, तो उसमें इनको एक सेकेंडरी रोल मिला हुआ है. लेकिन मैं इनसे कहूंगा कि भाई आप एक बड़े गठबंधन में साथ आए हैं, कुछ सद्बुद्धि रखिए अपने मन में, ठीक है. और ये जो उल जलूल बयान है ये आप बोलना बंद करिए.
Let me try and cut across to my colleague Pallavi, who is with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, the seat sharing agreement between Congress and various other regional players, whether it's the TMC or SP, it will be a tricky affair. Do you see them coming to any kind of a consensus?
It's very unlikely, because TMC, in fact, Mamata Banerjee herself has gone on record when she met us, and she told us that only 2 seats, I think, the Congress has a potential of winning, which is in Malda and Murshidabad. Now, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, a very known Mamata baiter, he's made it very clear that at least 6 to 7 seats are such on which the Congress can win. And not just that, Congress with a left on the upswing can together ensure that they win up to at least 8 to 10 seats in West Bengal. So I don't think the Congress party, especially because, it's a question of their identity, it's a question of their standing, not just in the state level, but also at the national level, they would want to give it on a platter to a TMC.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for putting all of that into perspective. We'll keep coming back to you for more on that story. Let's listen into some more voices and reactions.
The new year of 2024, but it is the same age-old problems of the I.N.D.I alliance, that they are full of confusion and contradiction, no mission or vision. This shows that there is no common mission they have, and therefore Rahul Gandhi today, he should forget Nyaya Yatra, he should start I.N.D.I Jodo Yatra. First, he must make all the alliance partners of I.N.D.I to unite. After 4 meetings also, they have not been able to come up with logo, not been able to come up with Niti, Neta, Netrutva. Except for this confusion and position and ambition, politics, they have been able to do nothing else.
पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस जरूर बीजेपी का दलाल हो गए. सारे देश के बारे में चिंता करने के लिए ममता जी को साथ सोनिया जी का कोई बातचीत होने के बाद कोई रास्ता निकल जाए तो वो हम लोग मान लेंगे।
Hello Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Well, a cold wave has gripped Jammu and Kashmir, -4.8. That's the temperature that was recorded in Srinagar. The famous Dal Lake is half frozen. In Pahalgam as well, -6.8. That's the temperature that was recorded. My colleague Ishan Wani with this report.
Intense cold wave conditions continue to prevail in Kashmir Valley, with Srinagar recording a minus of 4.8 degrees Celsius, while Pahalgam was at minus 6.2 degrees Celsius. Other stations have also recorded similar temperatures, and I'm at Dal Lake. Behind me you can see the famous Dal Lake and shikaras right there, and not much of activity happening in the morning hours because of the cold wave conditions. I'll show you that a thin layer of ice has formed on top of Dal Lake. Let me pull out some of it. You can see this is that thin layer of ice because of the minus temperature which is forming. The Dal Lake has started to freeze partially. This is something which is not new in Kashmir because this is a time when cold wave conditions prevail. This beautiful and iconic Dal Lake is a place where thousands of tourists come every year, and even this winter we have seen a number of tourists come. The chilly winter conditions is something which Met says that it will prevail for some time, and then there will be snowfall coming in, rainfall, which would make sure that these chilly conditions do not prevail on the ground.
The master musician who got us swaying to Kavala, Chalaya and Jawan's title track. Will Anirudh Ravichandar be the youth icon of the year? To find out, watch the Indian of the Year Awards 2023, coming soon. Brought to you by
सभी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं। अखिलेश यादव भी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, ममता बनर्जी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहती हैं, नीतीश कुमार प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केजरीवाल प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, अखिलेश यादव प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, लालू यादव बनना चाहते हैं, स्टालिन प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केसीआर प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, और कोई इनमें से राहुल गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनने देना चाहता, और एक दूसरे से लगातार लड़ रहे हैं।
Some breaking news coming in. We are learning that Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has tweeted, and I quote, that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built the idol of Adi Shankaracharya in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. Extremely important as far as the idol of Ram Lala to be kept in the Sanctum Sanctorum is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj, the man that you can see in the visuals on your screens as well, he's Arun Yogiraj, his idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath as well, has now been finalized for the installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We'll bring you more details about who this man is and why his idol actually has been selected to be placed inside the Sanctum Sanctorum. But this is a big clarity as far as the idol of Ram Lala to be kept in the divine place is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi in fact went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We have CNN News 18's senior editor Pallavi Ghosh joining us on the phone line early this morning. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. What do we know about this man and why is this so important?
Yes, now it's almost as official as it can get because it's already been information which has been tweeted out by all the senior BJP leaders. Yuvraj was also the one who, remember, has put up the idol inside the new parliament building, the Karnataka as well. And he's a very, very seasoned sculpture artist, if I may say. And there were 3 idols which have been prepared. And we were being told that all 3 would be used. But the main one for which the Pran Pratishtha will be done is the one which has been now chosen. And it will be absolutely mum's the word. No one is going to have access to it. It's only going to be those 5 people, like the Prime Minister, the priest, who will be inside the sanctum when the Pran Pratishtha is going to take place. And it's only then we'll get to know what the Ram Lalla really looks like. But Yogiraj's choice is almost very significant, I would say, up and apart from his caliber. Someone from Karnataka, and that's what all Karnataka BJP leaders have been tweeting out. giving us this information. So this is certainly a very, very significant step. And now the next, of course, the big would be on 22nd.
Pallavi, just for the clarity of our viewers, could you please repeat where this man is actually from?
He's from Karnataka, and as I said, that he's a very seasoned artist. If you look at his works, he himself goes on his social media timeline, and his works include portraits of, say, Mahatma Gandhi, which he had talked about recently, Ram statues also, Durga Ma, all of them. And he's also the one whose services have been used by the government inside the new parliament building as well. I remember the first tweet really came out from the BJP Karnataka chief, Vijayendra, B.Y. Vijayendra, and now of course it's been confirmed by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi, who himself comes in from Karnataka.
Right, Pallavi. Thank you so much for bringing in all those crucial details. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates on that. Shifting focus to the rift within the opposition as far as the seat sharing for the Lok Sabha elections of 2024 is concerned, the tussle over the seat sharing for the upcoming polls within the I.N.D.I bloc continues to escalate and intensify. December 31st, which was the deadline set by the Trinamool Congress for finalizing talks, has now passed, but the seat sharing formula continues to remain unclear. Now, Trinamool Congress and Samajwadi Party remain firm on their demands, and the Congress state chiefs are expected to submit reports to the party top brass soon. In Bengal, sources say that Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has said that the Congress can do well in at least 6 states, and the party has rejected the 2 seats offered by Trinamool Congress. Now, top Congress sources have said that in Uttar Pradesh, Congress hopes to reap the benefit of Rahul Gandhi's upcoming yatra and has asked for Prayagraj, Amethi, Rai Bareli and 5 other seats. But Samajwadi Party has little faith in Congress and is still upset over the Madhya Pradesh incident. Now, situation also remains critical in Punjab, where Congress is demanding 11 seats despite Aam Aadmi Party's objection.
पंजाब ते दिल्ली च मां अपने बच्चे नूं दुनिया दी सब तो छोटी कहानी सुना सकती है. एक थी कांग्रेस.
They are now trying to damage Trinamool. They have fought last election in alliance with left, only to trying to make division of votes and help BJP. So they are just dalals of BJP.
पश्चिम बंगाल में तो कांग्रेस जरूर बीजेपी का दलाल हो गए. सारे देश के बारे में चिंता करने के लिए ममता जी को साथ सोनिया जी का कोई बातचीत होने के बाद कोई रास्ता निकल जाए तो वो हम लोग मान लेंगे.
कि 140 करोड़ जनता जानती है कि तथाकथित गठबंधन एक भानुमति का कुनबा है. कोई इधर से पकड़ा, कोई इधर से पड़ा, जिसमें 1.5 दर्जन से ज्यादा प्रधानमंत्री पद के उम्मीदवार इधर उधर घूम रहे हैं. सभी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं. अखिलेश यादव भी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, ममता बनर्जी प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहती हैं, नीतीश कुमार प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केजरीवाल प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, अखिलेश यादव प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, लालू यादव बनना चाहते हैं, स्टालिन प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, केसीआर प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं, और कोई इनमें से राहुल गांधी को प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनने देना चाहता, और एक दूसरे से लगातार लड़ रहे हैं.
Some breaking news coming in. We are learning that Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has tweeted, and I quote, that Arun Yogiraj's idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built the idol of Adi Shankaracharya in Kedarnath, has been finalized for installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. Extremely important as far as the idol of Ram Lala to be kept in the Sanctum Sanctorum is concerned. Union Minister Prahlad Joshi has went on to tweet and gave clarity that Arun Yogiraj, the man that you can see in the visuals on your screens as well, he's Arun Yogiraj, his idol of Ram Lala, the sculptor who had built Adi Shankaracharya's idol in Kedarnath as well, has now been finalized for the installation in Sanctum Sanctorum. We'll bring you more details about who this man is and why his idol actually has been selected to be placed.
Welcome back. You're watching The Nation at 5 and some more news coming in. Rajnikant, the actor, the superstar, has been invited for the Jan 22nd consecration ceremony in the city of Ayodhya. That's the word really coming in, that amidst the list of those high-profile dignitaries, in that, Talaiva also finds his name. We'll connect with my colleague Purnima and get a confirmation if Rajnikant is likely to attend or not. Purnima, tell us more. Any indications if Rajnikant will attend the ceremony or not?
Well, sources say that actor Rajnikant is likely to attend the Jan 22nd event. Remember this, in fact, the news of Rajnikant being invited was tweeted by BJP, the state BJP leader, and sources say that he is likely to attend the Jan 22nd event. Earlier as well, Rajnikant, when he had indicated that he will enter politics, that was when the issue, the controversy in fact intensified when Rajnikant was in support of the construction of the temple, and therefore, in all probability, he is likely to attend the event, is what sources say, but we'll have to wait for an official confirmation from the Talaivar himself.
All right, we'll have to wait for an official confirmation. That's the word coming in. Purnima continues to stay with us on the broadcast. We're also putting out those images on the screen right now, where Talaiva was handed over that official invite for the Jan 22nd consecration ceremony, or the Prana Pratishtha ceremony, which is all set to happen in the temple city of Ayodhya. Talaiva, and of course his brand of politics, he's never officially entered the electoral foray, but he's somebody who has spoken about multiple causes. The BJP has also seen him in a very respectable light, and it is no wonder that that kind of invitation has been extended out to superstar Rajnikant. Let me try and cut across to my colleague Purnima once again. She continues to be with us on the show. All right, that's the word coming in. The images on your screen. Let's also get you some more details and information coming in. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar spoke on a host of issues, including the simmering tensions with the country of Canada, how the Khalistani propaganda continues to dominate the relationship between the two nations, and much more. Listen into this conversation.
Suddenly we saw ties with Canada plummet. It happened literally within weeks.
But that...
What went wrong there?
That is, I think, I
it
honestly do not
during the summit.
Look, I do not see a correlation there. No, getting everybody around on a G20 has nothing to do with the Khalistani issue in Canada. The Khalistani issue is not a new issue. The Khalistani issue has existed for decades.
Why do you think that it has become such a thorn in the flesh for India-Canada relations, and why do you think Prime Minister Trudeau, for a handful of Khalistanis, has put relationship with India on the rocks?
Look, I can explain my government, my Prime Minister, and my book.
But you're also an academic, you're also a diplomat.
I do not, it's not for me to speculate on other Prime Ministers, but I will tell you the issue at heart. The issue at heart is the fact that in Canadian politics, these Khalistani forces have been given a lot of space and have been allowed to indulge in activities which I think are damaging to the relationship, clearly not in India's interest, but I would argue not in Canada's interest either.
The Ministry of External Affairs Union Minister Jaishankar in an interview has in fact said that when it comes to the relationship between India and Canada, the way that there is enough space that has been given to Khalistani activists is really not in the interest of India or in the interest of Canada. How do you see the statement that is coming?
It is a serious statement, but Mr. Jaishankar is the External Affairs Minister of our country, India. This issue must have been taken up with the Government of Canada. Whether Government of India has taken up the issue with Government of Canada, if there was any meeting, any discussion,